first chapter of his autobiography, as a peace-loving global citizen, Reverend Sun Myung Moon speaks of his dreams for peace.
I have lived my life without ever letting go of that hope, and always kept alive the dream of peace. What I want is to wipe away completely the walls and fences that divide the world in myriad ways, and to create a world of unity. I want to tear down the walls between religions, and between races, and fill in the gap between the rich and the poor. Once that is done, we can re-establish the world of peace that God created in the beginning. I am talking about a world where no one goes hungry, and no one sheds tears. My mother would always prepare food for the passers-by, who came from all parts of Korea. If a beggar came to our home asking for food and my mother didn't react quickly enough, my grandfather would pick up his meal and take it to the beggar. Perhaps because I was born into such a family, I too have spent much of my life feeding people. To me, giving people food is the most precious work. When I am eating and I see someone who has nothing to eat, it pains my heart and I cannot continue eating.
Father and Mother Moon, true parents, officially started the American Ocean Providence on August 1st, 1974. Atop the boat New Hope in Gloucester, Massachusetts, true parents prayed to heaven and made a promise to shape a foundation for Ocean Providence across the United States within 20 years. True parents invested heavily into the Ocean Providence, more than we can imagine. It is said that Reverend Moon had invested 2/3 of his life relating to the ocean.
I saw that the key to future food problems lies in the ocean, and have endeavored to develop a wide range of oceanic businesses from nothing. I spent more time in the ocean than anyone else, thinking on the ocean, praying on the ocean, and struggled on the ocean. How much time and effort did I invest? You cannot imagine it.
In the United States, true parents began various marine businesses as well as established Ocean Church around key coastal locations. Reverend Moon also began fishing training for Unification Theological Seminary students in the late 1970s, and continuously trained Unificationists up to his ascension in 2012 through countless workshops, ocean challenges, and tournaments. Reverend Moon had developed the unsinkable Good Go boat design, started more than 100 seafood restaurants, established one of the biggest fish distribution networks in America, researched fish farms, operated fish processing factories, and more. All the way up to his ascension in 2012, Reverend Moon devoted and invested immensely in the Ocean Providence. Why did he invest so much in the ocean? In order to answer this question, we need to first understand the goals of our movement. Starting from 1994, we have been the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, and our goals are literally to bring about world peace and world unification. Reverend Moon said in his autobiography that in order to bring about peace, he first needs to 1. Achieve religious unification, 2. Racial unification, and 3. Solve inequalities such as hunger.
I want to tear down the walls between religions and between races, and fill in the gap between the rich and the poor. Once that is done, we can re-establish the world of peace that God created in the beginning.
In order to achieve such grand goals and resolve all these issues substantially, true parents needed to have a clear plan. One of the most important parts of this plan was the Ocean Providence. In 1985, Reverend Moon said,
"This is the fastest way to bring people and nations together. I am always thinking how this can be done, and that is why I am making a foundation on the ocean. When we make this foundation, our direction towards the future will be straight. The oceans can become a central point for bringing the world together. I believe this will be a shortcut to guiding all people toward a world of peace. That is why for several decades I have been researching, planning, and pioneering all sorts of ocean-related businesses. True peace will not come as long as humanity does not solve the problem of hunger. If the person next to me is about to die of hunger, peace is a mere luxury. The future economy of the world, the food problem of the world, the survival of mankind, will be solved by the ocean. This time of study can determine the future life or death of mankind.
Reverend Moon called the ocean not just the fastest way, but also the central point and the shortcut to reaching our goals for world peace and unification. He also explained that true peace cannot be attained as long as the hunger problem exists. Looking at the aforementioned quotes, we can at least conclude that the Ocean Providence is a major part of True Parents' plan to reach world peace and unification, which is our goal as FFWPU. Over many decades, True Parents developed various marine businesses and technologies all around the world like fish powder, fish farming, fish distribution, and boats. All of this was so that they could substantially save the hungry people through ocean resources. True Parents hoped for the blessed families to inherit all this foundation and continue it and expand it throughout the world, using our global network of international blessed families. Reverend Moon saw that we were the only global organization capable of solving world hunger. And ultimately, by solving world hunger and saving millions of people, we would be witnessing through action, showing through our results that true parents are the substantial parents of all humankind.
Imagine that 100 families live in a poverty-stricken village in Africa, and that relief supplies are shipped from 100 countries, such as the United States and the United Kingdom. The inhabitants of the land will admire us and say, "Wow, how great the Unification Church is. It's doing what the world's great powers in the United States can't do. It's really trying to unite the world. Through your efforts, they will be truly grateful to God."
Naturally, once the world sees what the blessed families under True Parents have accomplished, they will recognize and come to unite quickly under True Parents. Through the ocean, True Parents had looked for FFWPU to resolve world hunger and bring about world peace and unification quickly. On August 1st, 1994, the 20th anniversary of Ocean Providence in America, Reverend Moon gathered representatives from 160 nations at Belvedere and asked them,
"Do you want to shorten or extend the providence of restoration? Then you have to be taught how I would do it. We have to hurry. So how do you do it? Christianity has enthusiastically evangelized for 2,000 years, bringing the Christian population to 1 billion. Only 15% of the world's 5 billion people live comfortably, while the rest are putting all of their energy into just getting by. Even if 1 billion are Christians, the remaining 4 billion are not interested in Christianity. If it takes 2,000 years to evangelize 1 billion people, how many years will it take to evangelize 5 billion people? What do they feel when 4 billion people who are just trying to survive hear that Reverend Moon has been struggling to prepare for them for 20 years, and brought food to them? It is clear, right? They will want to stay in the Unification Church all the time. In a short period of time, while the world looks on in blank amazement, billions of people will enroll in the Unification Church.
Reverend Moon said that achieving our goal for world unification through conventional evangelizing will take thousands of years to accomplish, but through the Ocean Providence, Reverend Moon hoped to complete the path of restoration quickly in his lifetime. If the blessed families can accomplish the Ocean Providence as True Parents had planned, solving world hunger as a global organization, something that no other organization has been able to do, then imagine the kinds of things True Parents can accomplish on that kind of foundation. No one would doubt that they are the substantial parents of humankind, and they would have the support and unity of all people regardless of their backgrounds. In this way, Ocean Providence is the fastest way to accomplish world peace and world unification. Because the ocean can provide this fastest path to achieving Reverend Moon's dream for peace, where no one goes hungry and no one sheds tears, Reverend Moon had lived his life investing immensely into the ocean.
I go out to sea with such passion, and problems would arise if I lost that passion. That heart must be maintained. Devotion must last for tens of thousands of years. Indemnity conditions would not be established if I offered devotion in comfort. So instead, I should be going out upon the ocean. Today must be better than yesterday, and tomorrow must be better than today. The waters from the lakes gather in the Atlantic Ocean, and it in turn flows into the Pacific Ocean. If I continue offering devotion until the day I save all those people who are starving to death, I believe that the will of God will be established on the earth, even if I were to die.
Let us inherit this vision, this dream for peace, and carry on the Ocean Providence to quickly create the world that God and true parents desire.
This has to be done. For the future, someone has to do it. You are my hope. If you don't know that, you cannot understand even who you are. The one who is close to me is the one who will determine to be successful on the ocean.